All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Hat looks kind of funky. Hey, we got somebody in the chat already. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, let me get my podcast situated, and then let's begin. Let's find some winners for Sunday. All right, here we go, guys. Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric, free NBA daily bets. I finally had a winning day. My God, that was painful. So painful. The last week was it was the worst uh, NBA betting stretch I've ever had. It should have been a little better today, but I will take it. I will take a 6-unit day. That's fine. I'll live with it. Move on. Chip away at this awful year-to-date NBA number that I'm at. You can find that number at Easy Money Wins at Twitter. Again, at Easy Money Wins at Twitter. I'm not going to promote that, but I'm not hiding from it. You can go see on my Twitter what it is. So with that said, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. First game up for Sunday is the Brooklyn Nets at the Orlando Magic. The Nets are off a back-to-back where they lost to San Antonio at home, but beat Milwaukee on the road. They've actually won 2 out of their last 3 road games. Let's take a look. They're off until New Year's Day. They play on New Year's Day, January 1st. I'm just thinking, what do you got? I've seen a couple teams have days off before New Year's Day. These guys are going to go out party. These guys are going to be drunk on Wednesday. They're human beings, guys, and they're rich. Let's be honest with ourselves. I don't know what New Year's Day is going to look like, but that'll be interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right. Cam Thomas is actually might play. Let me see. Cam Thomas is probable. Wow. Okay. So Cam Thomas is probable. Cam Johnson is probable. Zaire Williams is out. Trendon Watford is out. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what it would look like here. So Ben Simmons at point guard. Cam Thomas is shooting guard. They pretty much have all their starters from day one except for Dennis Schroeder. But Ben Simmons can play point guard. So, they essentially have all their starters. They have a capable bench. Shake Milton, Keon Johnson, Tyrese Martin, Jalen Wilson, Noah Clowney, Day'Ron Sharpe. Okay, so all of a sudden the Brooklyn Nets are putting out a more respectable team here. Let me just look at against the spread record. Brooklyn's 17-13 and Orlando's 18-14. Both teams are 56% against the spread winners. So I'm looking to fade both of these teams moving forward and good spots to fade them. Now Orlando is off 2 losses, and they're at home. It's the last game of a 7-game homestand for them. And then they too are off until New Year's Day. They'll spend New Year's Eve in Detroit turning up on a little 2-game road trip. Man, they're going to win this game, guys. I feel pretty damn confident that the Magic are going to win this game. I don't know if Cam Thomas coming back is the best thing for this team because they were actually playing okay basketball, let's take a look, right? They were playing, they've won 2 out of their last 5 games, put up some respectable showings here and there. Cam Thomas comes back, that ball's not going to move as much. He's going to shoot a ton of shots. And then also in his first game back, if he does play, he'll probably only play 30 minutes max. Probably only more 25 minutes, honestly. So something to keep in mind there. I can only look Orlando. Let's see what the line is, guys. I haven't seen the line yet. So it's -5.5 Orlando. I like that. I like Orlando. -5 there. I do. I think they win. And this is something where I've kind of gotten away from, guys. Teams that win cover the point spread at a profitable rate, even if they're like -8-point favorites. Like, I mean, you know, more or less once you get to the -10 range, it's like kind of 50-50, honestly. I don't know the exact numbers, but that's kind of what I remember. But you know, anything like 8 points and under, even 9 points and under, like, you know, if the team's going to win, they probably have a very good chance of covering that number, especially if it's less than 7 points. So let's see what the over-under is. Over-under is at 206. Man, we already know Brooklyn plays. I mean, both these teams played a slow pace, super slow pace. Orlando only scored 85 last game, 88, 89 the previous game before that. Let's take a look at their injury situation. Everyone's good to go. I can only look Magic, guys. I can only look Magic and only look the under in that game. That's what I'm looking at for that game, guys. Okay, next game up, we have the Atlanta Hawks at the Toronto Raptors. Now, Atlanta did play tonight or yesterday. Sorry, I'm going to talk. Well, it is. It's 12:31 on the East Coast, so it is Sunday indeed. So the Hawks played yesterday on Saturday. They're on a 3-game winning streak. See how long the players start, and they too are off until Wednesday. Interesting. So after they play today, they're at Denver. They're on a West Coast road trip after they play at Toronto. Guys. So they're off too until the New Year's Day. So they'll spend New Year's Eve in Denver. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's take a look at how many minutes the Hawks played today in their win against Miami. Trae Young, 37 minutes. Jalen Johnson, 35 minutes. But then Dyson Daniels did not play, and then Bogdanovich also did not play. So I do expect both those guys to play. We'll see if they do or they don't. But if those two play with Trae Young and Jalen Johnson, I mean, the Hawks are rolling right now. Let's take a look at the Hawks' last couple road games and see what kind of form they've been on the road and also on the back-to-back before we start singing the praises of the Atlanta Hawks in this situation. So they lost in overtime to San Antonio. They lost at Milwaukee in the NBA Cup. They won on the road in New York, but that was a big game. They got up for that game. They won at Milwaukee, big game. They got up for that game. They played Charlotte on November 30th at Charlotte, second night of a back-to-back from a home game with travel. Similar situation, and they knew they were going to win that game, and they just kind of BS. They were like, whatever, and they only won by 3 points against a really beaten-up Charlotte team injury-wise. So that might be a kind of a situation. You know, do they get up for Toronto here? I don't think they do. Okay, let's take a look at Toronto's injury situation here. For Toronto, Scotty Barnes is good, Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Ochai Agbaji. Oh, what about Jakob Poeltl? Davion Mitchell's on the injury report. So Davion Mitchell's questionable. Bruce Brown is questionable. Maybe he actually plays. Jakob Poeltl, I don't think he's going to play, guys. He didn't participate in practice yesterday. So that's usually not a good sign. So let's see. So they're probably going to trot out Kelly Olynyk. Okay. The one thing I do know is Toronto tries really freaking hard at home, guys. I mean, they play hard in general, but and also their head coach got ejected the last game at Memphis. He freaking spazzed out on the refs. It was funny, guys. If you haven't seen that, just go look at that. It was pretty damn funny. But let's see. They play Tuesday at Boston, but then come home Wednesday, New Year's Day. Dang, so they're literally going to have like no New Year's Eve celebration. So they play 3 games after Boston at home. Okay, and they kind of just finished up a long homestand too, where they lost a lot. Dang, they've lost like 9 games in a row. Not that I'm like super surprised over that, but I mean they've been scrappy. Let's see what the spread is, guys. I'm curious for this one. Whoa, what the heck? They really got this game at a pick'em? What's going on here that this game is at a pick'em? Hold on, is Trae Young ruled out? Sorry guys, did I miss this? No, he's not. I am so confused. Okay. So this line makes no sense at all. Other than Trae Young has to be out, right? But even if Trae Young's out, man, that's so weird, guys. That's weird. I'm not touching that game. That's weird. Something's up. Somebody knows somebody's not playing, and I'm not touching that. Over under is at 237. Again, I need to see if Trae Young's playing because -1 pick'em game. That means Trae Young's not playing, in my opinion. I mean, why would the Hawks lose if Trae Young's in the game? That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, guys, next game up. Man, I don't know what the heck. That is weird, guys. Really weird. Next game up, we have Indiana Pacers at the Boston Celtics. And I know that these two teams just played on Friday night, and Boston just rolled them. Rolled them up, man. 142 to 105, guys. Indiana plays Tuesday at home against Milwaukee. See what their injury report's looking like. Obi Toppin's only on there. Looks like he's questionable. Everyone else is good to go. Just our boy Aaron Nesmith is still on the IR. I don't even know if NBA has an IR, but he's on there. He's on there. Okay, so let's take a look at their form. They were winning, but they lost 2 in a row against the 2 best teams in the NBA in Boston and Oklahoma City. But they had won 5 in a row previous to that. Gosh, I hope this line is back at -12 like it was before, guys. I really do. Okay, let's take a look at Boston. I know they had lost 2 in a row before they just steamrolled them. They do play Tuesday at home against Toronto, like I just mentioned on the Toronto breakdown. I know Porzingis is questionable, and Drew Holiday is questionable. Sam Hauser looks good to go. Everybody else looks good to go. So those 2 are questionable. I think they played last game, so they should be good to go for this game. Let's take a look at the injury report. Let's take a look. At the line. So it's -12, +12 again. Oh my gosh, guys. This is what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to bet the Pacers for sure. And the over-under's at 233. Over-under-wise, I know Boston's an under team and Indiana is an over team. I mean, Indiana's 18-13, 58%, and then Boston is 14-17, 54% to the under. So, but I still like this game to go over. I think Indiana team total over. I mean, what's that going to be? 117 -6, 112.5. I like that. I like them to get to 113 in this game. Yeah, I mean, why would they not? They got over 113 in like almost every point total recently, except for the last excuse me, guys. Yeah, Indiana Pacers team total over, full game total over 233.5. I think Boston gets there too, but +12.5. I mean, +11.5. Yeah, I can only look to Pacers. I mean, and this is the other thing, guys. This is the other thing. They played them really damn close in the playoffs last year, if you remember. And they beat them in the first regular season meeting this year in overtime. So they were caught in a back-to-back spot last game, and they got rolled on, okay? This is a spot where the Pacers come back, and they play really damn well. Okay. I like them in the spot a lot. This probably going to be a 5-unit play for me, plus 11.5. It'll probably be a 5-unit play for me. I'll be pretty damn surprised if the Pacers get blown out again, guys. Okay, next game up. We've got the Miami Heat at the Houston Rockets. Miami played what's the word? Valiantly. I don't even know, guys. It's late and I've been drinking a little bit. Let's see, anybody in the chat with me? Hey, one person in the chat. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the NBA show. Okay. All right, let's see here. So Miami lost today in Atlanta, like I already mentioned before in the Atlanta breakdown. So they too are off until Wednesday, January 1st for the New Year's after this game today at Houston. So Houston's off a really crushing loss at the buzzer by Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Miami, wow, they played a lot of minutes today. Tyler Hero, 36. Bam Adebayo, 37. Haywood Highsmith, 36. Duncan Robinson, 38. Jimmy Butler has still kind of been out. I don't know if he plays. I don't think he will. Yeah, I don't think he will. Let's take a look at Houston's injury situation. Let's see here, guys. Dillon Brooks and Tari Eason. I think Tari Eason played last game, if I remember, though. He's questionable, and then Dillon Brooks is questionable as well, too. Dillon Brooks has missed, like, the last 2 games. I think he plays. I think he suits up for this one. Let's see what the scheduling spot is for Houston. They play, so they're off until January 1st as well, until the New Year. So this will be their last game of 2024. This will be the second game of a homestand, and they'll play Dallas on January 1st. But I mean, again, 2 days off, guys, after this game. Like, they're coming off a loss. They have responded very, very well off of losses all season. They've only lost 2 games in a row once this year, and that was on the road. So they've not lost back-to-back home games, and they're off a loss, a really bad loss. And, like, I can only look Houston in this spot, guys. Let's see what the line is. I hope it's low. I hope it's somewhat low. So it's -7. -6.5 is out there. I like that. I can only look Houston, guys. I can only look Houston in this spot. I think it is a little bit. I mean, it's not that bad of travel because Miami played earlier in the day on Saturday, so like they got out there at Houston. It's not that bad of a travel spot, honestly. Kind of a younger team and sit in certain positions. I mean, usually when teams win, I really like Houston to win. I do like Houston -6.5. I do. I think they win. I think they win by a little bit of a margin. Miami should give a good effort because they're an Eric Spoelstra-led team, but I like Houston to win that game. I do. Over-under's 216. Let's see if that's gone up or down a little bit. So it's right around 216.5. It's a little tough. Both teams like to play slow. I would lean under. Miami off that back-to-back. I mean, you worry about their defense, but they're off the loss, so I think they'll try to play tough. Houston's been kind of a weird over-under team of late. Like, they can score a lot of points, and then they just slow the pace down to, like, a crawl. So I lean under 216. I do lean under 216. Okay. Let's go to the next game, guys. Next game, we've got the San Antonio Spurs at the Minnesota Timberwolves. So San Antonio's off that really nice ATS road 3-game. Well, this is the final game of a road trip for them. But they covered the last 3 games in a row against the spread. Won me money. Actually, no, they kind of split money for me. And they finally won their game against Brooklyn. They've been good, guys, at winning games this year. I mean, they're 16-15 this year. Leaving New York City, they play Tuesday at home. These two teams just played. They just got smoked by Minnesota. I forgot about that. On Sunday, December 15th. So, but they did beat them earlier in the season at home. So this is the first road game. Let's take a look at the injury situation for them. Looks like they're completely healthy. Okay. So let's take a look at Minnesota. Minnesota, they just had that nice win against the Houston Rockets and also at Dallas. So 2 nice wins after they had lost 3 in a row. They've only won 3 in a row games 2 times this season. They play Tuesday at Oklahoma City. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the injury situation. They're all healthy. So let's take a look at the line. Let's see what the line is. So it's Minnesota -6. I mean, I'd lean Minnesota at home, getting it done. I do. San Antonio's a tough out, man. Like -6, Timberwolves winning by margin. They're not like the best offensive team. Over-unders at 214.5. I do lean under. I think there's going to be some good intensity in this game. The first 2 games went under, if I recall. First game didn't. Well, under this current number. But the last game it did. So, let's see. Let's take a look at Minnesota, like, at home. I just worry about Minnesota off a good emotional little road trip that they had. I lean, again, teams that win usually cover. I lean Minnesota winning here. I lean them winning here and covering. I do. Okay, let's go to the last game up. Got a really good game, except our boy Ja Morant looks to be injured for a little bit of time here. Memphis Grizzlies at the Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's take a look at the injury report for the Grizzlies. So Ja Morant will not play, like I said. I think he's out for a little bit of time, guys. Brandon Clark is also questionable. Santi Aldama is out. Marcus Smart is out. So Marcus Smart, Santi Aldama, and Ja Morant are out. And then Brandon Clark is questionable. Let's take a look. So then who would start? So we got Scottie Pippen Jr. will start at point guard. Desmond Bane, shooting guard. Jalen Wells, rookie's been playing well. Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey. But then the front court bench is hurt. Brandon Clark, Santi Aldama. I mean, they have Jake LaRavia and Jay Huff. I mean, they played well in moments this year. Luke Kennard's on the bench. I don't know, guys. I know this is a matchup between 1 versus 2 in the West. And this is an important game for Oklahoma City, even though Ja Morant's not in. They played today at Charlotte and won. Only by 8 points, but they were winning by margin. They kind of just like said, whatever, we're going to rest our players or whatever, I think, in the fourth quarter. So Memphis has won 4 games out of their last 5. They've won 3 out of their last 6 road games. Or no, they've won 4 out of their last 6 road games. Let's see what they were doing on the road before that. So they've been doing pretty well on the road this year, guys. They've been doing pretty well. I mean, like I said, they're a really damn good team. Let's take a look at Oklahoma City. I know Lou Dort did not play, Cason Wallace didn't play, and Caruso didn't play. I don't know if that was scheduled or they're actually really hurt. I have a feeling that they show up and play. I think they just knew that they were playing the Hornets and could beat them and said, like, hey, guys, let's just rest up and go from there, you know? Let's see how they're on a 5-game winning streak. Let's see. They play Tuesday at Minnesota. I mean, at home against Minnesota. They're starting a 5-game homestand. So they're coming home. They haven't had a homestand since early December or mid-December. So this is a nice stretch for them, for OKC. They're home until January 8th. So they're in a nice little home situation here. Come home. I don't like that home spot for them though. That's the only thing. Like they haven't been home since Tuesday or Wednesday, December 20, like since Christmas. So it's their first day back. I mean, they're younger guys. I don't think a lot of those guys have families, like, hey, they're coming home with families. I think they're just coming home and getting ready to play basketball the next day. Let's take a look at how many minutes they played today. Let's take a look. So OKC, they all played 33 minutes, all the starters. Jalen Williams, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Aaron Wiggins, AJ Mitchell. They didn't shoot them from 3 really well. They only were 10 of 38. So let's take a look at the line. Let's see what the line is. We got -7.5 for OKC. -7. Initial thoughts is that it feels a little high for a Grizzlies team that is like scrappy. Even though they're without Ja Morant, I still like them to compete really, really hard, They're rested, right? Yeah, they're rested. I don't know. What I do know, I mean, Oklahoma City, they played at like 6 o'clock tonight. I mean, yesterday. So like, the travel spot's not terrible for Oklahoma City. Like they should be ready to go for this one. This is a big game for them too. This is a big game. And then also just from like a first quarter, first half perspective, Memphis is like a juggernaut first quarter, first half, and they're due for some losses, guys. Like they only have 8 against the spread. They're 10-4 on the road first half against the spread. Let's see what first quarter is. I mean, that's just not sustainable, guys. Like you're not just going to keep doing that, okay? You're just not. They are 11-3, so I am most likely going to bet Oklahoma City first quarter, first half, and let's see what the full game is. Full spread records are. Oklahoma City's 18-11, Memphis is 22-11, so both teams above 60%. I think the Thunder get it done. I think they smoke them. I think they're geared up, ready to freaking go in this game, and they smoke them. That's what I think, guys. No Ja Morant. I mean, Memphis is used to it. I like Oklahoma City to win and take care of business here, guys. I do. I really, really do. So, okay, guys, that is the show. Hopefully I can string another decent day together and get back in the win column, guys. Like, gosh, I need it. I'm being really selective with what I'm betting moving forward. Like, it really has to check, like, all the boxes and then some. So I'll see how it goes. But thanks for listening, and follow me on Twitter. Drop a like, drop a subscribe on the YouTube channel. And I don't know, let's get after it, guys. Let's get after it. Let's keep winning money.